Willie D Live.
And they've become desperate.
Yep.
I mean, look at their behavior right
Yes.
now. Look at how they're looking at political strategy. Let's open our borders, and just keep them open and flood our most vulnerable communities.
And this is after I watched millions of people lose their jobs, millions of people being kicked out of school because they wanted religious exemptions from having to take a vaccine. And they lose their jobs, they lose their positions in school, and then you open up the border, and none of those people are mandated to have vaccines come. It was just the weirdest thing that we just witnessed, and I think that all of us are to a point where we're like, no
Fed
more.
Yeah.
No more.
Nicole, I want to double back about when we was talking about technology.
Yeah.
And innovation. You mentioned innovation. As a prominent activist or advocate for innovation and technology, how do you plan to bridge the gap between technological advancements and equity access to those resources, especially in communities that have been marginalized?
The number one thing is education, and now I fully believe school choice. We were talking about teachers earlier. If we have the federal government dictating that all teachers should behave and act the same, and we disenfranchise these teachers, they're not going to be able to teach, cutting edge technology in their classrooms, because you can't have innovation under that kind of regulatory framework around learning. Innovation requires creativity. It requires a freedom, a flow of information to and from the children. It's allowing the children to show what their creative talents are and meeting them where they are with the technology. AI is very, very fascinating in education, because there are these platforms now that are smart enough to understand how the child is engaging with the course material, but we can't cut out the teachers as well. So there has to be a partnership in how we use these new tools in the classroom. And then, in terms of equity and access, I'm from Oakland. I was just in Oakland working to connect this company called Block, which has a whole arm to it that's all about access to technology and these tech hubs in cities, and it's education with grant dollars. Like, we have to understand the power of small business as it relates to utilizing these new technology platforms, commercial platforms that allow people to start and pop up a new business in a matter of weeks. Small businesses, community businesses, these are our tools. And we're not using them enough, and the government is completely oblivious to it. And while, we have examples of what works in these communities, government doesn't look at those examples and think to themselves, how do we contribute to making this available in these other communities outside of the Bay Area? And we've never had, somebody in the White House who has been as immersed in technology as the people on this campaign and myself.
Don't say
And
like
so-
me. We ain't never had nobody in the White House like me, man.
Never.
Go on, flex on them, Nicole.
There's been attempts to bring technologists into the White House, but it has to start from the knowledge of our leadership, of understanding how to utilize this technology into policy, to guide policy, and to guide your appointments. I mean, when you fill up your cabinet, you got to fill up your cabinet with people that understand technology.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember watching one of those committee hearings on, and I think they were like grilling Mark Zuckerberg, and the damn people that was talking to him, all of these Congress people, they were clueless. Like, they didn't know. It's like some of them didn't even know how to. Yeah, there you go.
They know what
Clueless
they
or
doing.
bought. Yeah, know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah,
Playing
they do.
dumb, huh? Yeah.